If you have been called too emotional, too much, why are you copying everyone else? Oh my gosh, you're such a freak. Like, there's always contradicting statements since you were a little one. Hi, been there. My name is Tristal, and I'm on my third vacation of the year, which I want to start off by saying I know was a privilege. I was in $30,000 of debt. I paid it off in about a year, and then I amassed nearly double that in savings in Toronto as a housekeeper. I now run my own small business. It's just me. I'm a solo housekeeper, but I'm working towards eventually hiring people, and I'm scared poopless about that, just as I was scared to start this business and scared to do pretty much everything I've done so far. Even this being my first solo trip. My last trip was supposed to be my first solo trip, but then I invited my now fiance. He proposed on the trip. The ring arrived just before we had left, so it all worked out. It was like perfect timing. But I want to share with you so many things because for one, I've sorry for that sound. For one, I've always been made to feel to be a freak since I was younger. This doesn't really happen anymore. I mean, if someone tried, they just couldn't because you can't make me feel excluded. It doesn't happen anymore because it's just not capable. I don't allow myself to get in those situations. And if you purposely try to harm me, I will leave. I don't care. No, I do not. Okay. So I really want to share about this because I am sensitive. I have a heart of gold. I'm not perfect, but I genuinely have a heart posture where I love people. I'm a giver. I love to give. I'm grateful to receive, and I can graciously receive, and I don't feel really like bad about receiving things, which is something that I know many people can have an issue with, and I used to have issues with, but I love to give. And I feel like I've definitely got that from my grandmother, and my mother is quite the same. A lot of my issues, um, I started from young, and not having a stable household, also fearing for your life, gun violence, and having someone who's supposed to be a protector in your life be a harmer. Not my mother. Not my mother, but she was like a fighter, and she really and truly fought for us and fought to keep us safe. When so many things were thrown her way and so many absolutely terrifying situations, which, funny enough, like, I don't think people fully understand that when really terrifying life or death situations happen to you, you don't just get over it. Even if you're a kid, like a kid remembers, you know what I mean? I still remember certain things that absolutely shook me to my core, where I was genuinely fearing for my life, fearing for my siblings' lives, fearing for my mother's life. I know they don't just slip from your mind. For many decades, I had nightmares about some of the situations, especially in regards to gun violence, prison, and you know what? I'll just say it. My father. I had nightmares about him for most of my life. You know what I mean? And all of the things that happened, many people didn't know, because he was, I hate saying he is because I don't know him anymore. And as of a couple of years ago, he finally like let the reins loose on all of the insanity. But I genuinely do hope the best for him. I don't hate him, and I do forgive him, but I do not want him in my life. And that is something that find to be very conflicting because um just because of my relationship with God, because I've done many things terrible, things that in my head I'm like, this is unforgivable, and then he has forgiven me. You know what I mean? But I've never tried to take someone's life. You know what I mean? But at the same time, I do believe he deserves forgiveness. I genuinely do forgive him. I just don't want to be around someone who attempted to take my life multiple times, whether or not it was directly. You know what I mean? Anyways, I digress. So I share all this to say there's so many things, and so many times I lived in fear a lot of my life, and I also lived life within my mind. I was trapped in there, I was often called stupid and stuff like that, or like, it's like she's not here, there's something wrong with her. I was never there. Especially in school, I just dissociated. I didn't know that that was even a word, but when I heard the description of that, I was like, oh, that was me. because I wasn't there. Like, I was not present. It was like I had a television in my mind and I could just change the channel. I wasn't there. They did get me extra help, which helped me. And you know why it helped me? I now look back at it and it makes me giggle. And I hope he doesn't see this. I had this wonderful, super kind um, teacher that would just do a private class with me. I don't know. There's probably like special ed. I don't know. Freaking know what it was. It was just like literally, it would be like 20 minutes. Like I would have class and then I would sit with him for 20 minutes and he would tell me what the heck happened in class and like kind of like spend one-on-one time with me. And like he would sit very close to me, right across like the table, and his breath was really bad, really strong. So anytime he was speaking to me, it was like I locked in. So he was probably confused, like, oh my goodness, like she's got this when I'm in front of her, but in class she doesn't. But his breath was bad, so it pulled me into the moment. You know what I mean? But God bless him because he really did like it was perfect. You know what I mean? Like I say that and it tickles me, but like that helped me. I really think it was God sent. Um, and so I still remember that. I could still remember his face. He was a very handsome man, but his breath was just a little bit pungent. And stuff like that. And it's like now I look at myself and it's like I got out of all this debt. I stopped trying to buy people's love. I'm here alone on a vacation and it's solely about me. I can't like I'm the one who usually plans all the trips for the fam jam and for friends and stuff. And I'm the one who I don't know if there's anything ever like everyday life. I'm the one who's cooking, cleaning 99% of the time, taking care of the animals, all the stuff. Like that's me. And it's like, that's not me anymore. Like, I don't want to do all of that. You know what I mean? Like, I don't. I think that there needs to be a bit more balance in my life because I'm seeing where the exhaustion is coming from and it's just not attainable. And if I explain it to you, it's like, imagine working. Well, I don't have to. Many of you already know this. Like, it's like I'm saying this. I'm speaking to the choir, okay? But yeah, and especially if you run any kind of business, you know that it's all consuming because you're literally putting your heart and soul into it. It's like, oh, it's just cleaning. There's so much to it. There's so much to it. There's science to it. Not only there's science, but there's client relations. You're unless you're hiring someone, you're your own marketer. You are doing everything, and you're forever thinking of it. You're forever reaching out to clients. Clients are reaching out to you. You're never fully off, and I actually quite love that because I found a way to like make it where it's okay, it's fine. It's just that it can become overbearing with everything else. But I want to say if you think that you're just like some freak, some absolute anomaly, that you're not capable of doing anything, that you're so weird, that you're too emotional, you're too this or too that, honey, everything that you hate is your strength. I'm telling you that much. I was too much, I was too this, was too much, too emotional, too, what's the word? There's all these terminologies for different people pleaser. I was like certified people pleaser, and that has worked to my advantage now because I have taken that and not in an evil way, in a way that I can use it as a resource because it comes naturally to me. I pull from that. So as a housekeeper, I want you to be pleased. And now that I have confidence, I come from a place of confidence and I'm able to be like, so, everything's all done now. Would you like to just take a look around and see if there's anything else you want me to touch on? Knowing that everything's like, I've never had someone tell me to redo something ever. I'm like, please, like, feel free to look around the home. I'm just gonna put my stuff together. I have like, it's no issue. I never take anything personally. I just want you to be satisfied and happy. And I say this genuinely from the bottom of my heart. If someone had an issue, please bring it to me. Please, I would love to. Like, I want you to be happy. There's been times where someone was like, oh, I really like if you could do this. And I'm like, oh, I can't do that because, and I come in with the information, or if I don't know the information, that's okay. I say, you know what? Let me look into this. And then our next clean, I'll see if this is something that I can do or if I have a better alternative for that. Dude, I'm walking around with confidence. Even now, the fact that I'm on this trip alone is blowing my mind. I wanted to share this because I wish that when I was younger, someone could tell me everything that you find deplorable about yourself is lovable. Life is, it gets better. It's not going to get better on its own. And it's going to take a lot of hard work and it's going to take time. I didn't think I wanted to be here. I'm 28 years old now. I have like little wrinkles all over my face. If I lift my eyebrows up, there's wrinkles. It's so beautiful, you know? You think you don't want to be here. You just don't want to live the life you've been living. You think you want to, but really, you just want the feelings to die. You think you're unlovable. And it could be so many things. It could genuinely be that you're not capable of accepting or receiving the love around you. Or it could be that the people around you are not capable of giving love. And it could be a million other things too. I'm no professional. Other people's hatred, disgust, rudeness, nastiness, that's not a reflection of you. It's not your fault if your mom or your dad or both of them left out of your life. You're not a freak if you don't have a single friend. I've been there. And you might be convincing yourself that you don't want any relationships. And I've been there. I get it. I know what it's like when people always manipulate you. It's always take, 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 and they never give anything in return, not even a thank you. It's all expectation. The 1 second that you can't perform as their little clown in the circus anymore, they're not interested in you. The second that everything's good in their life, they're not there. They never even ask you how you are. I understand that. They do evil, manipulative, nasty things to you. Maybe they violated you in more than one way. They are not the definition of friendship. They're the definition of an enemy. If we were ever to use the definition for an enemy, that would be it. They are not all that's out there in the world. Look at you. Look at you. The one thing I'll say, the one saving grace is if you're hoping and praying that you can find someone that's like you, akin to you, not exactly the same, but similar to you, appreciative like you, loving like you, giving like you, receiving like you, whatever it may be. There's hope because there's a love that you have for yourself about those things. You love pieces of yourself. You don't have to love all of them. You don't have to think you're perfectly beautiful or perfectly this or perfectly that. I understand, I really understand. I know what it's like to be alone, to think no one cares. I know what it's like to lean on things like alcohol way too much, feel lonely, depressed, scared, questioning if anyone would even notice if you disappeared. They would. They would. Even the crappiest of people, they would. And whatever reason you so choose to continue to move forward in your life, that's your choice. Many times when I was in therapy and such, there was a speak of doing it for yourself. You should do it for yourself. It shouldn't be for others. But I couldn't do it for myself because I just didn't care enough at the beginning. I do now. That's only as of recently. I started doing it for my future kids, who I really want to have, and I can't wait to meet, and I'm already in love with. I started doing it for my future husband. As my relationship improved with my family, I started doing it for them. And then I was able to start doing it for myself. I want to end this off by saying that I deleted all of my social medias, and that was almost a month ago. And ever since, I've noticed like that by the end of the day, where I usually feel a little bit irritable, a little bit like there's been too much in my brain. I don't really feel that at all. By the end of the day, I just feel calm and I feel really ready to sleep. Sometimes I feel ready for a snack. But it's something to consider because I'm going to tell you something. As many of us are, I have been heavily addicted to my phone and using it as a crutch and to feel something because I just felt numb. And for a very short period of time, I got addicted to vaping. I don't know if we're allowed to say that in videos. And I find that embarrassing, but obviously I'm on vacation. No thing in sight. I didn't think about it once. And so I'm realizing I'm feeling very understimulated mentally in my day-to-day life. And even with running a business, it's not crazy. My brain is begging for more. And with all the reading and swimming and activities that I've done, I'm realizing that I can add some of these things back home. Probably not the swimming because I don't have a pool and I don't have a pool near me either. But I'm going to see how can I incorporate relaxing things into my life because I want to feel joy and I want them to be things that are super easy. I could just do them at home. With all of this being said, look at your life, look at your choices. And another thing to look at that I think many of us could gain from looking at is why do we always need to fill the noise? Why can't there just be silence? When was the last time you sat in silence without a video like this or something else? I love you. Thanks for listening. Bye.